What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you the weekly wrestling review for December 22nd. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is where we talk everything about professional wrestling, from news, reviews to predictions. We talk about it all. So if you're a fan of professional wrestling, welcome to the show. On today's show, we got reviews for TLC, Ring of Honor Final Battle, RAW, Smackdown, Impact, NXT, and Ring of Honor, and a bunch of wrestling news. So first off, I want to say I hope everyone is having awesome New Year's and had an awesome Christmas, and that's about it. So I hope everyone's safe and you got everything you wanted. I'm a little bit behind on my weekly wrestling reviews. This is actually from like 2 weeks ago. I should have last week's out within like a day or two, and then we'll be all caught up again. But so this will be what happened like 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna start off with Ring of Honor Final Battle, but before that we're gonna do the show, because usually Ring of Honor pay-per-views take place on a Friday, but this one took on a Sunday, so the TV, you know what I'm saying. If you watch Ring of Honor, you know what I'm saying. So let's quickly go through that. So Ring of Honor TV, first match, Vinny Margasiglia taking on Davey Richards. That was okay. Davey won that. Next we got Kevin Kelly brings out Mike Mondo. Mondo talks about his injury and a bunch of other stuff. Roderick Strong comes out, knocks Mondo down. Michael Elgin comes out, tries to fight him. Truth Martini tries to break it up, but distracts Elgin, allowing Roderick Strong to attack Michael Elgin. Next we got Steve Corino taking on Jay Briscoe. Street fight, good match. This is actually a really good match. I really enjoyed watching this. Jay Briscoe won. It was just a fun street fight match. And like I just said, Jay Briscoe won. And it ended with Kevin Steen coming out and cutting a small promo on El Generico. Just pretty much said, at the pay-per-view, I will die before I let El Generico win. So he just really set the tempo for the pay-per-view and how intense this match is. And oh, what an awesome match that was. We're about to get to it. So that was Ring of Honor. Let's quickly go to Final Battle. So Final Battle, the final Ring of Honor pay-per-view of the year. Really good pay-per-view. This was just really good. All the matches, well, I don't want to say all the matches were good, but everything you thought was going to be good was good, and everything you thought was going to be just alright was alright. And there was nothing like really bad on the show, which is good. There was a couple scary moments actually, just close calls and injuries. Overall, it was a really good pay-per-view though, worth the $15. And I'd definitely check out this pay-per-view. So let's go through real quick. First match, Michael Elgin, Roderick Strong. These two have been feuding for a while now. A lot of tension in the House of Truth when they were teaming up. Finally have a match. It was a good match. Roderick Strong ended up taking the victory after Truth Martini got involved. He threw his book in. Roderick used it. Because Truth, he's trying to get the House of Truth back together after they told him to fuck off. And he's like, Roderick, oh, it's so good to have you. Roderick pretty much says, go screw yourself. And he's like, Elgin, oh, man, fuck Roderick. It'll just be me and you. And Elgin, I think he powerbombed him. Buckle bomb. And that was that. So we might have another match coming out of these two. I would have liked to see Michael Elgin win. Just because after so much shit Michael Elgin's been through with Roderick Strong, I would have liked to see him take the victory, but Roderick ended up pulling that victory, which is fine. Next we got Jay Lethal taking on Rhino. Pretty good match. Jay Lethal wins. After the match, Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs attack Lethal. It seems like they're setting up towards a Lethal Steen feud for the Ring of Honor title. And I'll talk about this in the main event, why I don't like this, because, yeah, so I'll talk about it in the main event. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. Jay Lethal won. Next we got Prince Nana versus R.D. Evans. This was probably my least looking forward to match, but it was actually okay. It was pretty enjoyable, to be honest. QT Marshall got involved. Tommaso Ciampa made his return. And RD ended up taking the victory. And that was about it. So it seems like they're going to feud like Tommaso Ciampa and QT Marshall whenever Tommaso comes back from injury. which should be interesting. I don't know too much about Tommaso being a face. I like him more as a heel, but it might be good. Next we got Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team versus Rhett Titus and BJ Whitmer in a street fight match. This was a good match. Haas and Benjamin win. Really scary ending to this match. You know, Haas and BJ Whitmer were on the top rope, and there was a table set up, and Haas did a over the head belly to belly suplex, and so he has him in the belly to belly, throws him over, and BJ Whitmer lands head first through the table. It was scary as shit. When I saw that, I'm like, holy fuck, is he dead? Or is he paralyzed? He was not moving at all. Paramedics, Charlie Haas, being the professional that he is, immediately went for the pin, ended the match, and you know, BJ was taken care of by paramedics and officials, and really scary moment. Really, oh my god, it was terrifying. Just the head first into the fucking table. Crazy. But other than that, it was a good match. From what I've heard, BJ Whitmer's alright. You know, he's a little shaken up, of course, but I don't think there's any injuries that happened to him, so that's good. Next we got Jerry Lynn taking on Mike Bennett. Jerry Lynn, this was his retirement match. Pretty good match. Mike Bennett ended up winning. Mike Bennett on a roll retiring people. First Lance Storm, now Jerry Lynn. It's whatever. It's actually the smart move. Some people would say, you know, have Jerry Lynn beat Mike Bennett so he can go out, you know, in his retirement match, a winner. But Jerry Lynn's a professional. He knows that his time's come, and Mike Bennett is an up-and-coming star, so why not have him win and kind of boost up his stock and maybe, you know, progress him into a future world champion of some sort. So good decision on Jerry Lynn's part. After the match, Jerry Lynn thanks the Ring of Honor fans and Ring of Honor, you know, for giving him that opportunity. You know, he talked about how Ring of Honor was really his last big thing he did in professional wrestling, because a couple years ago he defeated Nigel McGuinness and won the Ring of Honor World title, and that was pretty cool. Nigel McGuinness came out, you know, he gave an award to, he gave a plaque or award to Jerry Lynn, you know, thank you for all the contributions you've done to Ring of Honor. They talked about, or Nigel talked about some of the matches that he had with Lynn and told some funny stories. It was nice, good going away moments, so Jerry Lynn, I really enjoyed him. Very underrated wrestler. So he will be missed. So I hope he has an awesome retirement. And if you don't know a lot about Jerry Lynn, go watch some of his old matches. You know, it was just really entertaining to watch, especially his matches with RVD and ECW. So after, you know, Jerry Lynn, he bows out, thanks to fans. Jay Lethal comes out, says he wants a match with Kevin Steen. Nigel says something I don't really remember, and Lethal spit on him, and there was a pull-apart brawl. Next we got a little, like, in-ring segment with Mike Mondo. He gave another interview update on his leg. He's like, oh, I'll be back at the end of the month, or the end of January. And he was attacked by Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. This kind of set up the match. So it's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly taking on the American Wolves. Really good match. American Wolves win. Good to see Davey and Eddie back together. One of my favorite teams to watch in Ring of Honor when they were the Wolves. And it was just a really hard-hitting, just really good match. I definitely recommend watching this. I recommend the whole pay-per-view, though. Like, it was all really good. And this match was really good as well. Next, we got Adam Cole taking on Matt Hardy. This was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like the ending. So Matt Hardy ended up picking up the victory after he pulled the ref's shirt over his face and kicked Cole in the nuts. And it was I think it was just a small package, and that was it. You get that? Kicked him in the nuts and then small package. I just made that up. I'm hilarious. So anyways, this is a pretty good match. It was whatever. This opens it up for another match between the two. But to be honest, I don't really know if there should be. I just think Adam Cole should have won, and you know, Matt Hardy pays his respect or attacks him after the match. And like, I'm still better than you even though you won. So, that's whatever. Next, you got the Briscoes versus Scum versus Cedric Alexander and Caprice Coleman in a 3-way tag team title match. This was a pretty good match. It was actually pretty shorter than I was thinking about. I thought it was going to be like 10-15 minutes. It went about like 7 or 8, I think. It was really short, though. And the Briscoes won and are the new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I actually thought Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander would win, but Briscoes won, and they said the first title defense they're going to do is against Alexander and Coleman, so that should be an entertaining match whenever that happens. And, of course, the main event, the match. This whole pay-per-view is based around this feud, like 2 years in the making or something. There's just something crazy. There's so much history between these two. Kevin Steen, El Generico, ladder war for the Ring of Honor World title. Amazing match. This is a really good match. I really enjoyed it. It told a story. Just Kevin Steen just beating the shit out of El Generico. Oh my god, you could see the welts and shit on Generico's body. He was just thrown around on the ladders, put through ladders. I'm not even going to talk. Actually, I'm going to talk about it, but like the end of this match, ridiculous. All I'm going to say is it involves 4 ladders and being package pile drive through 2 of them. So amazing match. Definitely check it out. Kevin Steen ended up walking out with the title. So I want to talk about something real quick, the Jay Lethal thing. So it kind of seems like they're building towards Jay Lethal versus Kevin Steen. I'm fine with that, but I have a feeling like Jay Lethal will be the one to defeat Kevin Steen. I don't really like that. Personally, I feel like if anyone's going to defeat Kevin Steen, it should be El Generico because of their history, and it will kind of make a culmination for their whole feud. They didn't decide to do that, of course, with El Generico losing, and of course, Steen's probably going to go into a program next with Jay Lethal, which I don't have a problem with, but I have a feeling Lethal's going to beat him for the title, and I just think Generico should have been the one to defeat Steen and take away the Ring of Honor title and save Ring of Honor from Scum and all that good stuff, but they didn't go that route, which it's whatever, but that's what I would have liked to see. But overall, really good pay-per-view. Again, it's $14.99. You can go order it on Ring of Honor's website, and just definitely worth the money. Really good show. Really, really good. Also, we got TLC, WWE's TLC. This was also a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. 2 solid pay-per-views this weekend, or whenever I watched this. First match was Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara taking on Rhodes Scholars in a tables match. This was a pretty good match. Rhodes Scholars ended up taking the victory, and I believe they are now the #1 contenders for the tag team title, so that's cool. Next, you got Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth U.S. title match. This was also pretty good. They had a lot of slow spots in the match, but overall, it was actually pretty good. R-Truth suffering a gruesome knee injury in this match. I don't know how he did it. I think it was no, I don't think that could have been it. I don't know how, but like, he suffered a knee injury and his kneecap was busted open. Like, I was reading the wrestling news and it's like, oh, R-Truth has a fucking injury on his knee, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. Let me check it out. And they don't even put a fucking warning description in, like, warning, really graphic image you're about to see, and it's like, they didn't put that, and I just saw a fucking open up kneecap, and it was really fucking gross. So R-Truth, he's going to be out of action for a little bit. I think he's coming back at the end of January, so that sucks. But really gruesome knee injury. Go check it out, but at your own discretion. Really gruesome. Next, you got Miz comes out from Miz TV. His guests are the 3-man band. Miz makes fun of them until 3MB change their attention to the Spanish announce team. It was kind of weird. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, Miz. We're not gonna make fun of you. We're gonna make fun of the Spanish announce team. And it was just what the fuck? But whatever. They pick on the Spanish announce team. Ricardo Rodriguez comes out, tries to stop them. They grab him. Alberto Del Rio comes out and attacks 3MB. Miz gets involved. This leads to a 6-man tag later on. And I'll touch on the whole Alberto face turn thing in a second. Actually, I'll touch on it on Raw. Or, I don't know, whatever. Next we got Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett, IC title match. Pretty good match. Kofi wins. Kind of shocking. I thought Wade was going to win, but I think the next time they have an encounter, Wade will probably take this victory. I think he needs the IC title, to be honest. Like, I think they both do, but I think Wade needs it more, so that's just my opinion. Next we got a 6-man TLC match. The Shield taking on Team Hell No and Ryback. This was a really good match. I enjoyed watching it. The Shield ended up taking the victory. Crazy spots happening in this match. It was awesome. Seth Rollins, he took a crazy bump as predicted at the end. What else? Oh, Dean Ambrose is the man, bro. I loved him in this match. It was just a really good match, really enjoyable to watch, and it's probably my match of the night. Next we got Naomi taking on Eve in the Divas title match. They had a pre-show, Divas Battle Royale, Santa's Helper, blah blah blah. Anyways, Naomi won and took on Eve in a Divas title match. This was pretty blah, to be honest. Eve ended up taking the victory. Next we had Sheamus versus Big Show in a chair match for the world title. This was a good match as well. Big Show ended up taking the victory after pulling out a ginormous chair and just nailed Sheamus with it. It was ridiculous. But good match. Really good match. Next we got 3MB taking on Miz, Alberto Del Rio, and of course they're in his hometown, so the Brooklyn Brawler came out and was their partner. Okay match, Miz and Del Rio, and the Brawler won. So let's talk about Alberto as a face. I don't really like it. It's kind of just awkward. It's not him. It just seems real phony. And the only way this is going to work is with Ricardo. People picking on Ricardo, and then Alberto comes and backs him up. And it just seems awkward right now. Same thing with The Miz. Like, The Miz's face turn so far is just not entertaining at all. I think he's a better heel, to be honest. But I think that with both of them, like Alberto and Miz, better heels. Like, they're terrible baby faces. So change them back, or I don't know. Let's see. No, change it back. Change it back. No. I'm gonna say, hey, let's try it out and see where it goes. No, fuck, just change it back. And last but not least, John Cena taking on Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match. Really good match. Ziggler wins when AJ comes out, turns on Cena, and pushes the ladder over while Cena is on it, allowing Dolph Ziggler to win and keep his money in the bank. This is just more dumb soap opera shit. Not a big fan. I just think these two should be having just a feud. Like, Cena, you're the man. I think I'm better than you. I'm the show off. I'm the future of this company. Blah, blah, blah. Just being that cocky, arrogant heel Ziggler is. And, Cena's like, I respect you and all, but I have more experience than you. I'm 10-time WWE champion. But they're getting this whole girl involved, and then we have someone else getting involved, which we'll talk about on Raw. But overall, this is a good show as well. I actually recommend checking it out. It's actually pretty good. So, if you like spending, $45, $15, $60 on pay-per-views, go for it. Next, we got Raw. This Raw was the Slammy Award Raw. Some interesting appearances, some interesting debuts. So let's just quickly go through it. Well, it won't be quickly, but it's a long-ass show. There's lots of shit to talk about. First, Damien Sandow versus Rey Mysterio. Pretty good match. Mysterio wins. After the match, Booker T comes out to present the Tell Me I Did Not Just See That award. Before he could announce the winner, we got a special visit from the Boogeyman. Real fucking absurd to see the Boogeyman. It was just if he was to make an appearance, it shouldn't have been like him coming out like that. It should have been like, maybe have Santino, he's with someone, and then the music plays, smoke comes out, Boogeyman pops out of a fucking dumpster, eats worms, and then goes back in the dumpster or some shit. This was just kind of weird. But whatever, came out, smashed the clock over his head, ate some worms, goodbye. Anyways, Kofi ended up taking that award. Next we got Caitlyn versus Eve. Okay match. Caitlyn wins. After the match, the New Age Outlaws come out to present the Comeback of the Year award, and shocking, Jerry Lawler won that after coming back from a heart attack. Next we got Kofi Kingston versus Tenzai. Okay match. Kofi wins. Next we got Vicky Guerrero comes out to present the award for Kiss of the Year. Shockingly, AJ was in like all of these categories. Kiss Cena, Kiss Bryan, Kiss Punk, Kiss AJ. I think I got all. Or no, Kiss Cena, Kiss Punk, Kiss Bryan, Kiss Kane, and yeah, she was in like all of them. It was ridiculous. Anyways, the kiss between her and Cena won. She comes out to accept the award. She almost gets into it with Vicky until Ziggler comes out to stop it, and AJ plants one on him. I don't know what it is with AJ. She's just gonna do the whole locker room, I like how she's starting out though. She's going right to the top. First, world champion Daniel Bryan, and then WWE champion CM Punk, and then slowly working her way down. Kane, and then Cena, and then Ziggler. Who's next? Is it Biggie Langston? Is it? I don't know. So yeah, just making her look like a slut. It looks terrible. Next we got Great Khali versus David Otunga. Blah match. Khali wins. After the match, Ric Flair comes out. Great to see Ric Flair. He's still the man. Comes out to present Superstar of the Year. John Cena wins. Cena comes out, says he appreciates it, but Flair deserves it, so he gives him the award and leaves. CM Punk and Paul Heyman come out, and Punk says he deserves it, and he can beat Flair with one leg. Flair challenges him to a fight, so they both go to the ring. Punk hits Flair with a crutch. Flair pokes Punk in the eyes and puts Heyman in the figure four leg lock. Flair gets a mic and starts talking about Philly, and the Shield interrupt him. Team Hell No comes out. A brawl breaks out. The Shield get the upper hand. Ryback comes out, makes a save. Huge ruckus. There was a funny backstage interaction between Team Hell No and Ric Flair. I forgot what they were fucking screaming about, but Daniel Bryan screaming no, Kane screaming yes, Ric Flair's woo, woo, woo. It was kind of funny, and then Ron Simmons, damn. It was funny. Funny little moment. What do we got next? Let me just find out where I was. Next we got Brodus Clay taking on JTG. Okay match. Brodus wins. After the match, Santino and Tenzai come out to present LOL Moment of the Year. Rock wins. I think WWE has officially given up on Tenzai and making him a monster. When he came out, he had this big ice pack wrapped around his head. He tripped over the stage, fell on his face, and just... I don't know if they're going to team him up with Santino or I don't know what, but just... I don't really care anymore. Next we got Sin Cara taking out Cody Rhodes. Pretty good match. Cody wins. After the match, Zack Ryder and Layla come out and present Hashtag of the Year. Ryback's Feed Me More one. Next we got Big Show comes out, talks about beating Sheamus. Sheamus comes out, talks and says Big Show is the better man. Show makes a remark about Sheamus, which Sheamus didn't like too much, so he attacked Big Show. Ziggler comes out to cash his Money in the Bank, but before he can, Cena comes out and attacks him. Next we got the three-man band in a rematch of TLC, taking out Alberto Del Rio, Miz, but they have to find a new partner, and that is Tommy Dreamer. Pretty good match. Dreamer, Miz, and Del Rio win. After the match, Sheamus comes out to present Newcomer of the Year. Ryback wins that. He then has a match to take on Antonio Cesaro. Pretty good match. Ryback wins by countout. After the match, JR, Mean Gene, and Ricky Steamboat come out to present Match of the Year award. This is really awkward between the three of them. There was like a huge pause in the middle. It was really weird. Anyways, Triple H and Undertaker win for their match at WrestleMania. Triple H comes out to accept the award and says we have not seen the last of the Undertaker. Dun dun dun. He'll probably be there for WrestleMania. Next and last but not least, we got AJ and Dolph Ziggler taking on John Cena and Vicky. in a mixed tag team match. Pretty good match. Cena wins by DQ after AJ brings Biggie Langston. And he makes his debut and he attacks John Cena. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I don't really care about Biggie Langston. That's just me though. I don't care. I really don't care. He's just so blah to me. So I just really have nothing to say on him, like, to be honest. I think Ziggler should be on his own. He's just awesome like that. He can just be on his own. He's good. And it just looks like Big Langston's supposed to be this big, strong guy, but he's the same size as Ziggler. Ziggler might be a little bit taller, and it's like, how are you gonna get this? He might be big and strong, but he's not like Big Show big. Tall, I mean, not like big. But it looks kind of weird because they're both the same size, but it's I don't know, it's whatever. So yeah, that was the Slammy Award Raw. Pretty interesting show. I definitely would check it out. Some good matches and a lot of backstage segments and the award stuff. It was pretty good. Check it out. Next we got NXT. It starts out with Epco and Primo taking on the Usos. Pretty good match. Usos win. Next we got Camacho and Aiden English taking on Biggie Langston. Blah match. Langston wins. Next we got Percy Watson versus Cassius Ohno. Pretty good match. Ohno wins. Next we got JR's in the ring to interview Seth Rollins. Rollins says he's ready for his next challenger, and then is attacked by Corey Graves, and Graves just says he wants the NXT title. So that sets up their next feud. And the main event, random as hell, Big Show taking on Bo Dallas. Pretty good match. Show wins. He just pretty much beat the shit out of Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas tried to make a comeback, but got knocked the fuck out. So it's kind of strange. This main event, you know, facing the world champion, maybe U.S. champion or intercontinental champion, but the world champion should not be appearing on NXT, taking on these rookies. No. Next we got Impact. It starts out with Kurt Angle taking on Devon for the TV title. Pretty good match. Devon wins. Next we got Kenny King and RVD taking on Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan. Pretty good match. Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan win. Kenny King left RVD during the match, so that kind of builds up some more tension between the two for a rematch, which I would love to see. Maybe make it a little bit longer, TNA. Or actually, that wasn't my complaint last time. That was my complaint about Joey Ryan and RVD. My complaint about Kenny and RVD was this didn't seem like they meshed too well. So maybe they can have a better match second time. Next guy, Hulk Hogan, comes out, talks about TNA until he's interrupted by the Aces and Eights. Aces trying to jump Hogan, but Bully makes a save. Next we have Kazarian comes out and has a surprise for Christopher Daniels. Daniels comes out and Kazarian brings out Santa Claus. They give Santa a gift, and Santa says he's going to give Chris a gift. Daniels says he wants AJ Styles' kids to have a good Christmas because their dad is a loser. James Storm comes out and ends up kicking Santa in the face. This was actually pretty good until James Storm came in. Kazarian and Daniels, they're just awesome together. I wish they would have more segments like this, but I don't know. I think they should have more. Throughout this whole thing, they picked on AJ, and I couldn't help but think, like, I thought the feud was over. Like, I could totally see a fucking Mr. America thing all over again. Which, if you don't know, was back in around 2002. I don't remember why, but Hulk Hogan was not allowed to appear on SmackDown, so this new character debuted called Mr. America, and it was Hulk Hogan under a mask, but they did some shit and they couldn't prove it, blah blah blah, but you know it's Hogan under a mask. I wouldn't be surprised if they have AJ under a mask and say, you know, I'm fucking Styles AJ. I'm AJ's fucking brother from another mother that fucking wants to beat you up because you're talking about my brother, you know? Some weird, stupid shit like this. I could see it. I can fucking see it now. It's gonna be stupid as shit. Next we got Tara and Mickie James for the Knockouts title. Good match. Tara wins. And the main event, Austin Aries taking on Jeff Hardy. World title match. Good match. Hardy wins after Robert Roode attacks Austin Aries. And costs him the match. So definitely looks like it's going to be a three-way at Genesis, which I'm actually really excited to watch between these three. So can't wait for that. I think it's not confirmed, or it might have been. I didn't watch Impact. Next, we got SmackDown, so let's go through this real quick, and then we got some news. First, Miz comes out from Miz TV. His guests are Ziggler and AJ. AJ talks about why she turned on Cena. She says he broke her heart. Miz tries to make fun of Ziggler, but Biggie Langston beats him up. First match, Damien Sandow taking on Sin Cara. Pretty good match. Sandow wins. After the match, the Shield attacks Sin Cara. Next, we got Santino taking on Tenzai. Okay match. Santino wins. Next, we got Team Hell No and Kofi Kingston taking on Primetime Players and Wade Barrett in a 6-man tag. Good match. Hell No and Kofi win. Next, we got CM Punk and Paul Heyman come out and brag about still being the world champion. Ryback comes out and says when Punk is nice and healed, he wants a match with him. Next, we got Antonio Cesaro taking on Ryback. Pretty good match. Ryback wins. Next, we got Eve taking on Caitlyn in a Divas title match. Okay match. Caitlyn wins by DQ. Next, we got Brad Maddox taking on Brodus Clay. If Brad Maddox won, he earns a contract on SmackDown. Luckily, he didn't. Okay match. Brodus wins. After the match, the Shield attacks Brodus. And in the main event, John Cena and Sheamus taking on Dolph Ziggler and Big Show. Good match. Cena and Sheamus win by DQ after Biggie Langston takes out Cena. So that was it for SmackDown. It was just whatever. It was a commercial-free special SmackDown. It was whatever. So next we got some wrestling news. Just a couple things. First, Shelton Benjamin has been granted his release from Ring of Honor, according to F4W Online. He is reported to have requested this so he could negotiate and potentially leave for WWE, as they have contacted him. At the moment, he can still appear on Ring of Honor TV, but he is no longer under a contractual obligation to be there. That sucks, because I don't know what they're going to do with Charlie Haas now. Like, Charlie Haas is a better tag team wrestler than a singles wrestler, so I don't know what they're going to do with him now. They might release him, or he might just have some small stuff. I don't know. But a Shelton Benjamin return to WWE, I would not mind, to be honest, because the mid-card for WWE is kind of just lacking right now. And there's rumors that Shelton Benjamin's been contacted, John Morrison, MVP. I would love to have all those guys back. Those are all guys that could easily, with enough time, with like 6 months or less, could easily be in the world title picture. Like, Shelton Benjamin's one of those guys that WWE kind of dropped the ball on, and maybe they can, pick the ball back up if they get him back in WWE. So I'd love to see him. What he would do, I have no idea. But I'm looking forward to it. Next, you got THQ announced last week that part of their purchasing agreement with Clear Lake Capital Group, they have officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. According to IGN, all studios will remain open with all development teams continuing to work. During the sale period, THQ's name is still attached to WWE 14, which was scheduled to begin early production in 2013. At this point, it is still too early to tell the fate of WWE games or whether they are obligated in any way to remain asphyxiated on the THQ brand. There's been a lot of rumors that Ubisoft will be picking up WWE and a couple other brands, I think, Saints Row. This is terrible news, but kind of expected. THQ has been going through a lot of money troubles in the past couple months, even year. Just always there, always money issues and just not good sales for games. So this really sucks for all the games, because I'm looking forward to WWE 14. I'm looking forward to Saints Row the 4th. And right now they're still working on it, but is it still going to be good? You know what I'm saying? It's like a big fear a lot of people probably have is if it comes out, it's going to be filled with glitches and bugs. And we already saw with WWE 13, tons of glitches and bugs. Not really. It's really rough around the edges. Really rough. Like sandpaper. Just ridiculous. So, lots of fear about WWE 14. Will it be made in time, and will it be any good? To be honest, I don't think so. but that's just me. I think it's going to be a pile of shit and could possibly kill the WWE game brand. So that definitely sucks. So yeah, that's it for wrestling news. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Come back next week where we got reviews for Raw, SmackDown, Impact, NXT, and Ring of Honor. You guys should definitely check out Ring of Honor Final Battle and TLC. Great pay-per-views. Go check them out. So that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, come back next time. Until then, peace out.